Hi, my name is Ali. I'm the product owner at Manage Petro. Today, I want to talk about how Cardlock invoicing works for especially CFN, transaction files or any other Cardlock like OPW or Comdata or Jira, whatever. Then in our Cardlock invoicing module, you can import transaction from a file or through the APIs. When we import the transaction, either we can just select one of the vendors providers. Then it means you can have a mix and match of different card locks. And if it's CFN, you select the CFN, you choose the file, you're saying import, which is import all the transactions. Or if you want to import and invoice them right away, you can select the auto invoice option. Therefore, you import in maybe hundreds or thousands of the transaction file, and then as a result, it will combine them by customer and send out 500, 1000 invoice in few seconds. If you don't want to invoice it instantly, then the transactions comes in and sit in a system which is something like this. Then you have the transaction number, card number being used, which station they pick up, which customer we have to invoice it, and all the details that we can fetch. Then if you import a transaction, you want to invoice them, either you can invoice them individually or based on a date range, or you can just go and say, hey, invoice them all at the end of the week, at the end of the month, and it will convert all the transaction imported to the invoices by the customer. Now, the invoice is going to be something like this, which is calculating the price, taxes, tax exemption, everything based on the profile of the customer created, and it will convert to a PDF and send to the customer, which is something like this. But remember, we have multi-invoice style for Cardlock. Then when you come in on board, we're going to ask you for the sample of your invoice or how you want to send the invoice out. Then we select the best fit based on your need from our setting. Now, how do we set up a client in our system? When we create a new client in our system, which is something like this, then the general information is typed in, and then you go to the Cardlock module. In here, we have a way to handshake between Manage Petro clients and the client that you define within CFN or any other Cardlock system. Usually the transaction file has a price. Then we can select what would be the pricing model for this customer. Are we going to look at the transaction file pricing and apply some modification to it, or are we going to ask Manage Petro to calculate the rack price for the customer based on the rack price and margins and service charges for them, then massage the numbers, or it's going to be based on the merchant station, which I'm going to show you a little bit about it. Okay, what do we read here? It's saying, hey, for this customer, for example, if they pick up DEF, we give them 25 cents per volume to gallon, liter discount from whatever it is in transaction file. For example, Viper Fluid, we give them 5% discount from a transaction file pricing. Or if it's a clear gasoline, then we add up 10 cents per gallon or per liter volume base from the transaction file pricing. If there's no other numbers, we can pick up the default value as a 3% on top of this. Then that's one of the ways to do that. And if I'm going back here, you also can see we capture all the cards which is imported from the transaction files. We know which customer it is. You have a little bit of a reporting here. We capture all the merchant stations that being used with your customers, all the issuing company that you are importing the files for, and all the products that your customers are allowed to pick up. If you want to see the system in action, please book a demo with us at booking.managepetro.com. Then we can walk you through the system or answer any question that you might have. Looking forward to talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.